All right, welcome to another episode of Getting Real in the Field. And this is the show where we talk about all the things that you hate to do, which is following up, making phone calls, sending those pesky texts, those emails, and just doing all of those things that you hate to do. And I'm your host, JP Fluellen and khek. Did you hear the clapping? Did it do it that
I
time?
did. I even helped with like my little
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
So, what are we talking about today, khek?
Well, for tonight, how about we come up with something fun tonight? What do you think? You want to do something fun?
Oh, I love fun stuff, especially on a Sunday night, you know?
Hey, I get to hang out with you.
Our first Sunday of May.
That's right. Oh man.
Wow.
Today's
already.
Wow. Geez. Don't forget about Mother's Day next weekend.
Oh, yes. You know what I find interesting about Mother's Day?
Tell me.
Is that your husbands still have to celebrate their wives on Mother's Day when they're not your mother.
Ooh, but they are the mother of your kids.
Yeah. But they're not my mother. Just saying. They want a gift from me to celebrate Mother's Day, even though they're not my mother.
But okay, so here's one more too. Then, since we're on this tangent here, you know, why is Mother's Day during the school year, right? So the kids always like make something for the mothers, and then Father's Day rolls along. And it's like, oh, it's summertime.
And you get nothing, no homemade anything, no nothing. It's like Father's Day is like this afterthought, you know? They're like, yeah, crap, we gotta go out to eat, you know?
Totally good with Mother's Day, but come on, Father's Day, can't we just make it 2 weeks within the school year? I know.
Yeah, it's no good.
Okay, well, how about for tonight? Let's come up with a top 5 list instead of top 10. We're gonna keep it short, but
sure.
Top 5. What do you suggest?
Let's do it. Let's talk about the 5 things that can derail your business as a real estate agent.
Okay. All right. Give me 5 seconds to kind of think about this. Got it. Okay.
All right. What's number 1, khek? Tell us what number 1 is.
No, you go.
Oh, do we do 5? We start at 5 and go down.
Okay, 5. You want to go first?
Yeah, let's do it. Number 5 is real estate agents tend to leverage their businesses before they become experts at it.
What do you mean? Okay, explain that one.
So what I mean by that is that a lot of times, unless you kind of get the dynamics of real estate as a business, because, you know, I would say the overarching thing is that real estate agents don't treat their business as a business. So that in and of itself is a problem, right?
So they hire too much too early is what you're saying.
Hire too early, too fast. Because what that can do is it will prevent you from really learning and grasping the business because one of the things is, like, you know, you hear a lot of is that it takes, you know, 3 to 5 years to really get an established business.
Yeah.
And, you know, right out of the gate, you're like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and hire an assistant right away.
Right. Yeah.
Because your assistant should be your second hire. Your first hire should be a TC, transaction coordinator, and then you hire an assistant to take on all of the other things, which is like, you know, and that assistant probably has 100 jobs, you know, running around, picking up stuff, dropping stuff off, going to get lock boxes, like all this kind of stuff, personal assisting, with whether it's, we had a gal that would, help our agents out, like if they had to go pick up kids or something like that, just to help leverage some of that to being in 2 places at once.
Sure.
Stuff.
Yeah. I would, and it eats into your profits too, especially if you're brand
mhm.
new with this whole process. Yeah, I totally agree.
I mean,
Okay.
especially if you're doing the Zillows, the realtors, you're already paying that, or you have a big referral network, you know, and then on top of that, paying an assistant, it's just like it can really add up really quick. And then you realize, oh, I'm not making any money. Cause then on top of that, you're paying your brokerage splits and everything like that,
Right.
unless you're at a brokerage that has low splits. Not that there's any shameless plugs going on or anything, but I'm just saying, like, there is that.
Absolute. Okay. Okay. I like it. That's a good start. Okay. I say so we're starting 5. So 4. I say, they stop learning and growing. And I always think that it's super important to continuously be learning new things, learning new trends. There's no such thing, even though you might have been in business for over 10 years, right? You're constantly, there's new trends, new technology, new techniques of marketing, and so forth too. So you should always be learning, or new laws that come in play as well too, right? Regulations. You need to always be learning and kind of keeping up on top of things. And if you stop learning, you start basically dying, really.
Yep. Yep.
You
And
agree?
I would say, going along with that as well, is like, if you're not passionate about real estate,
Oh,
then you shouldn't do it.
yeah.
Because it's a really expensive hobby. I mean, in some states, I've heard, it's 2 or 3 grand a year just to maintain your license. And then if you're not doing any deals, like, that's a really expensive hobby,
Yeah.
or you're getting your license for the wrong reasons. Hey, my cousin is going to sell their house, I'll get a big payday. And it's like, you're doing a disservice if that's your motivation behind it,
Yeah. Yeah.
because you're just trying to take advantage of a onesie twosie type situation. And you're not, and again, going back to the other one, you're not treating your business as a business.
Yep.
And the other thing too is, on the flip side of that, to keep you engaged in the business, one is listening to podcasts.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Two is watching our videos. Um,
Oh, excellent idea.
100%. So if you don't subscribe or like, or, hit the alert button, then I don't know how else we can help you out. The other
And
thing,
that tells me that you've stopped learning right there.
100%, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, you have 100% lost your mind, and then you really need to subscribe. So we can keep you engaged, and keep you entertained as well. The other thing I would say too, as well, as to keep that learning and engagement going,
Uh-huh.
is going to events. And so Khek and I are going on the road this summer. So we're
That's
just
right.
putting that out there. So if you guys want to know where we're at, we'll be getting, hopefully in the next month or two, we'll have a list of a lineup of where we'll be at. So,
That's right.
if you want to
Sure,
see us do some live reel in the fields, it'll be pretty awesome to do it on the road.
that would be awesome. That would be
Yeah.
epic, man.
Epic.
Epic.
So
Okay.
there's
like
that.
Bill
So you
and
got to go to
Ted's-
events to keep you
Yeah,
excited,
it will be better than Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It'll be
Oh,
like
dude.
JP and Keck's most excellent adventure.
Excellent. Party on. No, that's Wayne's World. Sorry. Wrong one.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's
Okay.
Wild Stallions.
Oh my gosh.
uh,
Okay. And
all right.
and guys, we did not haven't had a drink yet.
Nope. No, unless there's something crazy in my Coke, in my Dr. Pepper Zero.
Okay.
We do
what's
not
number
bow
3?
to any sponsors on this channel
Oh
at
no.
all. At all. So
Okay, so what's your number 3?
so number 3, I'm gonna say they don't have a morning routine or an evening routine, or
I like that.
either or both.
Yeah. Having no routine period, right?
No routine.
Yes.
So going along with that is, there's a good book called The Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents. That's a really good one. And it uses spending, meditating and silence, exercise, affirmations,
Yep.
Just a lot of those kinds of things. And then like, some people write their goals down every morning, every night. And for me, like if I don't go to the gym in the mornings, like I feel like a slug
Oh
for the
yeah, yeah,
rest of the day. Um, and then I listen to podcasts a lot. So one of my routines is anytime I'm in the car, I'm listening to podcasts or I'm watching a video or I'm trying to, figure out a way to continue to educate myself. So that's part of my routine. And then I try to spend at least 30 minutes kind of debriefing with my wife every night before we go to bed.
yep,
So one that she can feel part of my day. However, we are business partners, so she's part of my day anyways.
yeah.
But there are days where we're like I'm just out running around by
You're just,
myself
yeah,
and
totally
she's out
independent.
doing
Yep,
stuff, and
yep,
then because we want to make sure we're in alignment and in agreement with our things, just to make sure that we're both have our goals in alignment. Um, and so that's been very powerful, making sure that we have those. And then also just part of those routines too is like morning routines, an hour of power in the morning, making your
yep.
phone calls, checking your CRM, getting all your updates, and then depending on what CRM you have, you have that automatic generated touch points from your list. Not that
Only
there's
available
any.
on Field Notes, but yeah,
Yeah, no shameless plugs,
no,
Keck.
no
No,
shameless plugs.
no.
No,
Um, so
but
for
do
those
check
of
it
you
out
that
if you are
need an
interested.
AI to help you with that. But anyways,
No, I mean, so I'll share my routine too. Mine is in the morning before I get busy. Like I start at 8 in the morning, but actually I start at 7:30, and I kind of like just go through my routine of like writing down what the stuff that I need to do today, and then I do a meeting with my team, and then I get into a lot of customer meetings and stuff like that. And at that point in time, once the customer meetings happen, my day's gone. Like I'm just totally constantly all day long in meetings, right? So you do have to set aside that routine. I totally 100% agree with you. And working out, you gotta balance your life too. Like I find like if I don't work out for at least every other day, I will get stressed out as well.
yep.
So love it. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So what
Uh,
else we got on the list,
okay.
Keck? What do you
So
think?
number two, I think that people tend to go after the shiny objects. I'll give you an example with agents who kind of like fail. It's like they hear something cool, or and then they just all jump all over it. Like I cannot tell you. I've been in marketing for a number of years now, and just the fact that I in talking with people, they go after the shiny objects. And most recently, it's like, gosh, there's one organization that I won't name their name, but it's like, oh, when it's too good to be true, it most definitely is, not true, right? And but everybody was like talking about it, jumping on it, and it's like, oh my gosh, and so that's a shiny object that, you know, unproven, and they just kind of jump after it because everybody's talking about it, right?
Yep. Do the do the hard work,
Yeah,
find out what works, what doesn't work. And
yep,
then if there's a problem that you have and you're trying to find a solution, make sure you do your research and then see if it fits within your budget rather than just jumping onto something and then
yeah.
spending a bunch of money. And then, because the worst thing you can do is just throw it at the wall and see what sticks kind of,
You
method.
lose money.
Because I can tell you just over the years I am guilty of the shiny object syndrome myself, and I have spent several lifetimes worth of money on stupid stuff that didn't work.
Yeah,
um and so nothing replaced just good old fashioned you know lead gen,
yeah.
and doing the hard stuff, and then figuring out, okay, what's my niche? Do I really like to, you know, do networking events, or do I like to do all, the old fashioned style
Like,
of real estate, or, trying to find some new technology that's supposed to like, you know, turn my business into a, supercharged vehicle,
yeah,
because it's a lot of, you can spend a lot of money, and all those little $200 and $300 monthly things add up really fast.
absolutely. I mean, I will tell you, like, you be discerning to kind of figure out like what the good old fashion lead generation is about. Follow up, right? And you can use technology to kind of help you with that. Absolutely. But the fundamentals of follow up, getting leads is one thing, but the follow up game is the other thing that we always preach about, right? And you can definitely use technology to do that, but you still have to follow up in general, right?
Yep.
So that fundamental doesn't change at all. You can use technology to help you to be more efficient with it, but you've got to do the basic stuff of lead gen and close the art of closing the deal, right?
Yep.
No special shiny objects there.
Well, and that leads us into our number one reason
Drum roll.
that can derail your business
Yep.
as a real estate agent, which is they stop lead generating. And so in what that really kind of comes down to is that you start to, and I hear this all the time, and in a lot of agents, like, and they got crushed on this during COVID. Was I'm a 100% sphere of influence business, and they got destroyed during COVID because nobody was leaving their house and nobody was getting out, so they weren't getting any new leads because they
I
were very
remember that.
limited to the sphere. And so by having a good lead generation system in place, you're always going to be feeding the machine, so
Absolutely.
so if you can have a good sphere of influence business as well as good lead generation, then you're never going to run into any of those lead problems. Because you're only as good as the last few houses you sold. If you 100% are sphere of influence, and referral based. So because it's nowadays, like, you have to become like a celebrity in order to get people to like be a superstar past client, that they're saying they're willing to put your name out there, and say, you absolutely 100% don't call any other agents. You need to call JP Fluellen right now. If you even smell real estate in the air, yeah, that's the smell of JP Fluellen being your real estate agent.
I mean, I what you said totally, like, I 100% agree. I 200% agree. And what you said reminded me of when COVID, the pandemic hit, right? And I was reaching out and talking to a bunch of agents, and you know, there were a lot of agents did really well during the pandemic, right? Just the market just skyrocketed and stuff like that. But I had like more than a handful. I was surprised that some agents just said, okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to just sit it out. The market, remember, it froze for a millisecond kind of thing. And they just sat there and they said they had a crappy year and finally woke up a year after. So they lost a lot of opportunity, and they were almost like, some of them were like crying and saying that they were going to they did nothing and just sat by the sidelines. And instead of doing that, and we're going to hit, like, with the rising interest rates, it's super important to not stop lead generating. You need to kind of like reinvent yourself, try different things perhaps, but never stop, because if you stop, you die.
Yeah. And one of the things that you got to remember too is that, you can't blame anybody on your successes, but your own work ethic and habits that you've put into your business.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've learned over the years is that real estate is 100% congruent to the amount of effort that you put in to your business. If you don't put the effort in, you don't get the business. You put the effort in, you get the business. I mean, that's just the bottom line.
Yep.
And the more you can generate, lead generate, leverage, all the things we've been talking about tonight, if you infuse your business, and don't forget about the fundamental basics of real estate, and not try to shortcut everything. I mean, there are some things that you can effectively shortcut, but there are just other things that you just can't effectively shortcut. And by continuing to, again, stay excited, stay motivated, you know, keep your morning routines, the things that keep you energized, you're always, always, always going to have a successful real estate business.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No, I love it. This was fun. I like it. The top
yeah, this was a good one.
5. Okay, we got to do this again.
We do. So if people want to learn more about how they can stay on top of their CRM and see what's going on in their database on a regular routine, and how do they get a hold of you, khek?
Come talk to me. Check us out. First of all, check us out on our website, Fieldnotes.ai. That's one thing you can go out there. And if you want to see a demo, I'm happy to do that for you as well too, on our CRM, our platform, and our AI platform to help you with the lead follow-up. The other thing too, if you want to just chat and kind of hear some thoughts about marketing, lead generation, happy to help out. Just no obligations, no strings attached. You can reach out to me directly, 425-740-0260. And you, JP?
You guys can go out to the Google machine and type in JP Fluellen, or you can just go to jpfluellen.com, or you can text the word real to 307-772-1184. And I'll send you a link to a free 30-minute coaching call, and we can talk about anything that you want to, from lead gen to marriage advice to how to raise 4 kids, to if you have twins in your family, to lead gen. I built my whole entire business off of online lead generation. So I know that it can be done without any cold calling, door knocking, or running around with flyers in your hand or giving out pies. So if you if you made it to the end of this, then God bless you. And we'll do this again very soon. So that concludes another episode of Getting Real in the Field. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.